Okay, guys. So let's get into it. Do you guys think there would be some kind of problem between Ellen and Paula? No. For two reasons. Ellen is fine, and Paula is fine. I mean, Paula has come out of this pretty well. I mean, everybody's now wondering what's going to happen to Idol after Simon leaves, and now it looks like Ellen's going to go to Paula's going to go to X Factor with Simon, and everybody's thinking that's going to be a big show because it's been big everywhere else. And Simon is really responsible. You know, there's a lot of talk about who's responsible for Idol. Simon's really the guy who concocted Idol to bring it over here. So Simon knows what he's doing, and Paula's just fine. So I think it's going to be...
What about Paula and Kara, though? That was where the alleged bad, or the supposed bad blood was, right?
Paula's over it.
You think? She must have a little residual bitterness.
But if Paula stayed, then she would be floundering with Simon leaving, because Simon was going to leave.
Yeah.
Now Paula is in the clear, and it looks like Paula had foresight.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. What kind of penalties would Lindsay face if she violates any of the conditions of her release? Jail time, bail revocation. She's already had her bail revoked. That's what the judge did. The bail was revoked when she didn't show up last Thursday. These are the consequences of bail revocation. Penalty, jail.
Jail, for sure. Don't you think?
Yeah, you're like I forgot who it was who said it was the worst interview ever, where one-word answers. Jail, for sure. Do a sentence at least.
I am relatively certain there would be jail time at the end of the day for her, perhaps up to 180 days or so. Probably not any more than that, however.
There can't be more than that, because 180 days is the max, and at the end of the day is the most overused phrase ever.
Didn't know this was the day of critiquing. All right, I'll be a better interview.
What about Andy sentences with ever?
With what?
The word, the most overused phrase ever.
Overused phrase,
ever. Best video ever.
Thank you, Max.
How messy do you think... I don't know. Is there any mention of anyone saw Lindsay Lohan partying last night? No, she did not party last night. She was in her hotel all night long. So there.
Assuming she wasn't partying in the hotel.
Well, that's true. But she was not out. But she wasn't, actually. Could lying in court about the TV job and plane tickets be damaging for Lindsay Lohan in her court case? It's almost the least of her problems.
Yeah, probably not going to come up.
Why did Donald Trump move the Apprentice finale to wherever Bret Michaels lives? You know what? I didn't know that. Wasn't it done in New York?
I thought it was done in New York, yeah.
Yeah, because he was on Regis and Kelly the day after. Yeah. It was done in New York. That's where they normally do it.
Yeah, same place it always is.
Yeah. You think Jesse went on camera just so Sandra could see him? Why did Jesse James go on camera?
Why not? I mean, a little rehabilitation of his image.
Well, that's the question.
Even if you can pick apart the interview, he's still got to speak to more people than he's ever had an opportunity to speak to. This just, I think, wonders for his reputation out there. People like to hear explanations. They want to forgive.
But when he said that the Hitler thing was a joke...
You don't think that some people, some percentage of the audience can sort of relate to that?
Yeah, maybe they can, but I think what it does is other people who might have been more forgiving and maybe, not been in cement on it, maybe are in cement as a result of it. I don't know. It's odd. The whole thing is odd.
But if his goal, I mean, why he cares about what the public at large thinks is a different issue. But if you accept the fact he cares what people think about him, this was clearly a good move for him. More people like him now than liked him before the interview, I think.
Yeah. It's almost mid-year, and Brittany is still under the conservatorship. Will we see it end? Yeah, I mean, look, what I hear is there's pressure on this right now, because ultimately you can't keep this thing going forever. There is something going on. I honestly thought this was going to be, that these papers would have been filed now, or by now, and they haven't been. I have reason to believe this is going to happen soon, and I can't really get into it. I still have reason to believe this is going to happen soon. I will say that at the beginning of the year, I thought, based on what I knew, that it would have happened by now, by June. It hasn't. It surprises me a little bit, but the process of this whole thing is interesting. There are a lot of cooks in this kitchen. Hint. Any chance that Simon Monjek's death is considered foul play? No. No, it's not. It's already discounted. Have you ever known anyone who has posted bail without them being arrested or apprehended in court?
Sure, happens all the time. Especially in a situation like this, we have a prearranged court hearing, and the person posts bail, doesn't have to show up until they post bail. The judge wanted the money right away. It's a good thing bail was posted. She had to show up in jail in court anyway. She did the following day, or the following Monday, I guess. Pretty common in this situation. To the extent,
absolutely.
This situation is somewhat uncommon, but when this happens, bail can be posted.
Well, and also, it's actually unusual because this is a misdemeanor, so they probably wouldn't have picked her up anyway. They would have let her turn herself in, so just the fact that they were talking about picking her up was unusual.
Yeah.
What about Lindsay's friends saying now, like Paris? What are their friends saying now, like Paris and others? I haven't heard Paris say a word about it.
Yeah, I haven't. Has Paris said anything about Lindsay in years? I mean,
they had a falling out, and then they got back together, and then they had a falling out again. And it's like, these girls.
Yeah.
What's up with the Survivor guy coming back to the U.S. from Mexico? Will the court give him his kids?
Interesting question.
I have a gut on this. What's yours?
My gut is that he gets his kids. He hasn't been charged with any crime. I'm not sure what grounds the court would have to. I mean, you have these allegations out there. For all the court knows, they're totally baseless. And he's just a person of interest in Mexico for a crime. He's going to get his kids for sure. The question, is that what your gut is too?
No. Well, yeah, my gut is he's going to get the kids, but what's your gut about him getting charged?
I have no idea. I haven't the foggiest idea what the Mexican courts are thinking. I can't believe that they let him leave the country, and I can't believe that he hasn't been charged yet, based on the facts as I understand them.
Based on the facts as I understand them, and based on the fact that he did leave, my gut is he's never going to get prosecuted.
But how does that work? I mean, there's so many, at least circumstantially, so much evidence that points to this guy as a proper prime suspect here. I just don't understand how they let him go. But I agree with you. If the Mexican authorities are going to let him go, it seems that they're not going to charge him.
My gut is he's not going to get charged, and he is going to get his kids back, and that's going to be that. That's my gut.
Somebody asked her, and I don't know the answer to this.
But also, I believe he will be sued by the family of Monica.
Yes.
For a wrongful
death, right. But good luck. I mean, the evidence is going to be in Mexico. Good luck with that. It's going to be a tough case.
No, I think they could. Remember, the standard of proof is preponderance of evidence.
Right.
It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. And number two, juries, especially when they know that somebody never got prosecuted, I think there are problems he has with a defense on a case like that.
Well, but they're going to have to put forward some modicum of evidence, even to get it past the judge to a jury. What's that evidence?
You've heard of murder no body before?
I've heard of murder no body,
well,
but murder no evidence is different. I mean, we don't have a murder weapon. I don't think we don't have a body. Although the
motive,
yeah,
motive, opportunity.
Well,
I mean, they don't have to prove murder. All they have to do is prove that basically he did it. And did it by just tipping the scales that it's more likely than not. And juries tend to believe probabilities even though they're not supposed to.
Well, I'm still waiting for some evidence to come forward, and I don't know of any. Maybe you do. Any evidence at all that he killed his wife. I know that he has a dead wife, and I know that allegations have been made, but I don't know of any evidence.
Yeah, no. I mean, I agree. I'm just saying that I think there's going to be a lawsuit.
On the subject of Beresford Redmond, somebody asked us, and I don't know the answer. I think we talked about it on the site. How did he get back into the States without a passport?
Well, you can have a certain type of an enhanced driver's license, which basically allows you as a substitute passport to come back in by land. It is unclear whether he had that or not, but based on what I'm hearing, I think he did it legally, and I know it was done without a passport. But I think he was able to use one of those devices like an enhanced driver's license.
So maybe you don't know. I don't know this. If you show up at the border with a California driver's license,
it's got to be an enhanced license.
It has to be this.
I get over. Me and my friends get over all the time with just license. One out of our group. I went there this weekend. One of our group always forgets their passport.
You just sort of talk your way in.
And you just have to talk your way through. My buddy got through without even a license.
Oh, great.
You just got to talk your way in.
Okay, folks.
There we go.
Here's your lesson.
Mystery solved.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, what are they going to do? Deny you? All they do is sitting to secondary.
Well.
And you're like, what? What are you going to do? Not let me in my own country?
Yeah.
They figure it out. It's easy. It's a pain in the ass.